Hey, good afternoon everyone. This is Robin with Stamp with Dr. Robin. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in beautiful San Diego, California, where it's in our days of June gloom, and for us that means it's overcast, and around now for a couple hours we might get a little bit of sunshine inland, but if you live at the coast, it's just overcast the whole time. So if you ever want to come to San Diego, May gray and June gloom are a real thing, so you definitely want to watch out for those. Excuse me. So I've been through a bunch of health stuff with a horrible round of hives and my acid reflux acting up, so thank you for being patient with me that I haven't been on in the last 2 weeks, but I'm here now. So here to remind you or tell you if you didn't know already, I'm part of the designs team for a group called the Papercraft Collective. And what we are is a group of Stampin' Up! Demonstrators. There's 7 of us. One of us is a former design team person, so you can see the caliber of people on the in the group. And every month we are doing a collection of tutorials, and these are video tutorials. We'll give you written measurements, but it's a video tutorial, so similar to what you would see here on Mondays of how to put cards together around a certain bundle or suite. And for the month of June, we're using Notes and Totes. I guess I can show it to you this way. So here's my submission, so hopefully you can see that. Hey Tammy, hey Roz, yes, I'm glad to actually be here. So this is my submission for the Notes and Totes for the Papercraft Collective this month. And the real excitement is on the inside as you have that little pop-up tote bag. And like I said, it's a video tutorial, so I'll show you how to do that on the video tutorial. And how do you get these? There's 2 ways to get it. One, you can spend $50 before tax and shipping with me on my website, ordering with me, etc., however you want to do it. Or you can email me at stampwithdrrobin@gmail.com and I will let you buy it, all the video tutorials for $20. So just like I said, this month it's all about the Notes and Totes. Next month it's going to be about the sweet jar, the jar punch. And just a heads up, for the July online exclusives, there's going to be a kind of holiday Christmas themed stamp set that goes with the sweet jar? Yeah, sweet jar bundle, but this one's called Jar of Joy, so look for that starting in July. So the other exciting thing going on this month for the month of July is the buy one get one 50% off for anything that comes in a suite. So it's going to be 50% off the lower price thing. So if you want to order like a whole suite, or rather 2 whole suites, you can get 50% off, but you're going to order some other things that were in suites, like, let's say you want these Cheers and Sips paper that we're going to use, but you're not going to get the whole suite, but you're going to get 2 other suites. The computer will take 50% off that Cheers and Sips paper, not what you want it to take 50% off, which is that second suite. So if you have a bunch of miscellaneous things you want to order, as well as some big things like a bundle or a suite, I would say break it up into 2 orders. As long as that order is above about $80, $85, or both orders are, it's not going to make any difference in your shipping, but you're going to be saving so much. Like, so for instance, I ordered a suite that's coming out in the July online exclusives, and I was going to also order a Kinzuki suite from the annual catalog. Unfortunately, that whole suite's not available right now, so I just ordered the bundle. So I got that bundle for half off, and if you're a demonstrator, you still get your 20 or 25% on top of that, so it ends up being a really good deal. There were some other things I wanted to order for my class in a few weeks. That's the Cheers and Sips suite, like celebratory sips suite that we're using. And I noticed if I put all those things in, all that was coming off as half price were like embellishments in the ribbon and stuff. And it's like, well, wait a minute. Okay, I'm going to have to split up this order. So that's my hint. The other thing I want to talk to you about is my upcoming Oasis class in Rancho Bernardo. So this is the only place that you can do this class or make this. It is a two-part class, the mornings of July 14th and the 21st, and we're going to be making this sampler, what I call a 12 by 12 sampler that's obviously meant for framing. Hopefully you can see it all. Actually, maybe what I'll do is put you down so I can, well, no, it looks like you can see it all. Okay, good. So some of these things that are on here are no longer available even, but we're going to be having fun in Rancho Bernardo. So it should be coming out soon that you can register for that. I can't give you the number right now. All right, so let me put you down here. Get you even, sort of. That should work. Okay, so what we have here is a Cheers and Sips. So we are doing a class in a couple weeks here with the Cheers and Sips. I'm not sure if this is going to be part of it, but I've been working on this whole celebratory sips suite for so long that just different ideas came to me. So the celebratory suites includes the Cheers and Sips bundle, the celebratory sips DSP, there's some really pretty gold ribbon, and the trying to get them to show you the holographic dots, which are these. Whoops. And I'm not going to be using all those things today, so this was kind of a mashup card of several different components in this suite, as well as some from other suites. So, you know, we are getting into summer everywhere. Here it's just May grayish, and but that always makes you think of lemonade. I love lemonade anyway, but you know, nice cool drinks of lemonade. It says relax and enjoy. This came from the Notes and Totes, and you deserve it. So this could be about relaxing for the summer, but I'm also thinking I might use this for a retirement card. So that's my idea anyway. So let's get started here. All right, so I am going to start with the lemonade. I do want to see this little smush right here. This was me trying to put some ice cubes in there. And when I ran it in to cut it out, it just ended up smushed. And I don't know if I just didn't give it enough time or what, so we're going to try one more time. So this is one of the DSPs. And what we're going to do is take that. It's interesting to me. To me, this looked almost like it was supposed to be the new Darling Duckling, but it turns out it's Daffodil Delight, our old friend Daffodil Delight. All right, so we are going to take, whoops, some Memento ink, throw things around a little bit, and this one that looks like a big glass, and I'm going to stamp it so that the glass is a little bit, you know, mostly in there, but then a little bit of white showing on the top, so it's not totally filled to the brim. Okay, and then I keep that here because we are going to use it again. I'm going to try to do these little cute little ice cubes because I thought they were so adorable. So I've got some smoky slate here. And I'm going to stamp it off here on the side so that it's pretty light. But hopefully you can see it. Maybe I'll stamp it off not quite so strongly. So you can see it a little better. Now I'm going to put this to the side, let it dry a little bit, because like I said last time it kind of didn't do so good. Alright, so this is a piece, hopefully I cut it, 4 by 5 1/4 of some Daffodil Delight. And we are going to stamp the background, and it's going to be Daffodil Delight on Daffodil Delight. We are just going to kind of randomly stamp these cute little having a hard time stamping and talking at the same time, lemons. And there's a lot of them. A lot of lemons. My favorite things to drink is lemonade. I like the Crystal Light pink lemonade. I don't know why, to me, pink lemonade, even like these ones that are just, you know, in a box basically, or, you know, come powder, it tastes different to me. All right, and I'm also going to stamp some lemons on the inside piece. I'm going to stamp one, then a stamped off one, and I'm going to stamp it off. It gives us another stamped off one, so that'll be for the inside. And I'm going to stamp 3 more that we are going to cut out. But before we do that, I am going to take a little blender pen. Okay, do you guys know what that is? They come like this in a package of 3, and it's really helpful just to move around a little bit of ink. They've got some sort of alcohol-based thing in there, and you can see how now instead, you know, can you see that, the difference there? That I've just moved around some of the, so it kind of helps for coloring in just kind of lightly. And then when you're done with it, you want to just go like this and make sure all the color's off, because then you can just use it for something else. Pretty cool, huh? All right. That's it for that. As long as we've got this out, this is for our inside piece. Let's go ahead and stamp the "You Deserve It" in the memento, and that's all done. All right, so I think that stamping is done, and that's done, and that needs to be cut out, and that needs to be cut out, and then, all right, so there is something really cool in the dies. There is, first of all, a die that can cut this out, but if you look really closely on here, it kind of didn't cut out as well as I'd like. Kind of missed that side, so I may just hand cut this out because it's just a rectangle. But then it also has this cool die that you can, you know, use them both together. That's what I did before, to cut it out and to emboss. But I think this time what I'm going to do Just gonna get my little mini. I haven't used my little mini for a while. But I think what I'm gonna do is just emboss it on here and then cut it out by hand. So this one embosses, it does not cut anything. And remember, when you use your mini one, you don't want these to exactly line up on the edges. It likes it better, or can catch it easily if you just offset it instead. Hey Janice, good to see you on here. Oh look, this one came out much better. Can you see the ice cubes on there this time? And there's also a circle for cutting out these lemons, but I actually, again, feel like for these ones that are just such an easy cutout, that to me, you know, this is easy to do, to cut this out. Plus, when I was doing it with the machine, I was noticing, I think part of the problem was why it was having trouble is these edges aren't exactly straight. They are a little curved. So, little fussy cutting here. So it did smush a little bit of those little baby icicles, but again, cutting out a circle to me is pretty easy. I'm just going to cut out one of these because I have some other ones that I pre-cut. So for the magic here, we'll say, okay, look, all three are cut. Yay! Okay, what else do we need? Oh, I know what we need to do. We need to emboss, and then we can put everything together. Yay, embossing. I have a few friends who say they never remember to emboss anything because you've got to go get all your supplies and stuff. But I think it makes such a great, you know, kind of statement when you are embossing. So that just was my embossing buddy. Don't forget that because it really helps with leaving little marks around. You can't see it, but I'm going to go ahead and turn on my heat tool because it takes a while to heat up. And that's probably won't have to wait for it. Alright, relax and enjoy. And like I said, this came from the Notes and Totes. And a lot of times, you know, you'll notice that I don't use a piercing mat for most stuff. I just use my glass mat. For some reason, words tend to come out better when I use my glass mat. I mean, when I don't use my glass mat, when I use, you know, the usual piercing mat on top. So, all right, and then I have an old water painter that doesn't have any water in it. And I use that to get off these kind of stray, the legs are getting warm under there, these stray pieces of embossing powder. Alright, so I always heat just the back a little bit before I start. And then just kind of wiggle it a little bit as it goes. I'm going to change to the other side. Pretty good. All right, and now I'm just going to slant cut all of it. Hopefully at approximately the same. All right, so we are ready to put our card together. So we have an 8.5 by 5.5 regular card base. It's scored at 4 1/4. use your bone folder, get a nice good fold there. Then we are going to glue down our cute little lemons. I guess this is kind of good for my stuff that's been going on the last 2.5 weeks. So when life gives you lemons, we're making some lemonade here. Might as well put this on the inside. All right. And let's finish the outside. So I did this before we started too, which is, this is one of the Everyday Arches dies, and then I always cut it out first if I'm going to emboss it, and then I embossed it with the mini corrugated embossing folder. So just wanted a little texture on this. This is such a great folder. I usually use glue when I'm doing most things, but I would say especially when you're trying to attach an embossing folder, it really works great for that. Okay, so now we got this. We got our 3 lemons. We're going to take one of our lemons here and just make a little slit basically to the middle. And then we're going to put that on top because we are fancy like that. And then I'm just going to put a little bit of glue on that. I guess I could put a little glue on that. That's going to be in the back. And now we are going to get ready for some dimensionals. So hopefully you guys know to use all of your dimensionals. Use these little funky weird ones at the bottom, you know, that come around the edges. And then we're going to put some dimensionals on here too. And especially for weird things like, I want to show you on this little ampersand thing. This little thing from the side fits absolutely perfectly on there. And like I said, I just kind of cut them up, those little side ones. Ah, this is just the right number. Probably move this up to this side a little bit. Okay, ready to put together. Hey Nancy, you joined me actually as I'm making today instead of afterwards. Yay! So there's our lemonade. Let's put some of our little other lemons under here. Just kind of slide them under. And this other one. Put it right in here. All right, so get our relax and enjoy. So we're good. Should we put, maybe we'll move it up a little bit. Feels like there needs to be more stuff up here. That looks a little better. Okay, so what I'm watching is how this aligns with the side here. So I'm going to do that one, then I'm going to do the bottom one, and this is the way I do whenever I have multiple things that need to line up, is I do the top and bottom, or the, you know, outside ones, and then do the inside ones. So it's halfway in between. All right, and then I went looking for something kind of shiny, and what popped into my view were these shades of green hexagons, because these really light ones to me don't really look all that green. They look white, but they're kind of sparkly, and I thought they'd be kind of cute. Come in 2 sizes and 1, 2, 3, 4 different colors. So let's do that one, and then one more big one. Down here somewhere. There. Yeah, maybe there. Obviously, you can put it wherever you want. And then the final touch, I'm not sure you can see it on the other card, is I did put a little wink of Stella on here. And so what I like to do, obviously, shake it up a little bit, and then squirt out a little bit of wink of Stella, either like on a block or the glass mat, and basically use this to paint with. And I put some on our little lemons. And I don't do this till I'm totally done with the card, because it takes a little bit for this to dry. And so I just wait till I'm totally done with my card so that I won't touch it now. And that's basically it. Here's the card we did right now. Here's the card we did a little bit earlier. Am I moving it down too much? There we go. All right, so that is it for today. I'm not going to bother trying to, whoops, put me back up a little bit, but hopefully you can see these. There we go. And I will be back next Monday. And remember, if you want to do that summer 12 by 12, it needs to be at the Oasis or RB. And I'm not sure yet when our class in July is, but hopefully to see some of you local people here, or my buddy Janice, who's out in Arizona, who likes to order my classes to go. So remember that all the classes that I do in my house, I will send to you as PDFs, and Janice can verify that they are pretty easy to figure out with the PDFs. Hey Lorraine, looks like you came in a little bit late, so you might want to watch the replay, and I'll get that going as soon as we're done here. So thanks everybody, see you next Monday. Bye-bye.